Oh, it will be. He'll be led. We'll be your friend and we'll have a night with him. Yeah.
We have started.
Starting. Okay, welcome everybody to Svelte Society London, June 2024. They can hear you, can clap, you can cheer. It's all good. There we go. 3 people.
Do it again.
All right, cheer. Come on. Nice, thank you. Okay, first things first. Does the clicker work?
Yes.
Start. No.
Plugged in?
No, it's not working.
No.
I'm pressing sideways, right?
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Maybe we need to actually click in here.
Is it Windows?
Right, try it now.
Oh, yeah, it's Windows. Okay, cool. Okay, housekeeping. First things first. So the toilets, for those who are attending, not for the YouTubers, are there, and the exit is there. And you can decide which is the best option for you given the situation. Yeah, probably that one. Right. Code of conduct. The Svelte code of conduct is very important. It's online. We have a URL. Scott, where's the URL? We got the URL on that. Ah, there we go. I thought it was type of slide. That's the URL. Click. Read it. If you don't agree, leave. Or go to the toilet. No, that one. Leave.
Implicitly, everyone has agreed to that
by attending and by viewing.
Yes.
It's like a visual agreement.
On Guild, I think you forced it.
Yeah, if you've done Guild, then you've agreed. It's binding legally. Okay, donations are welcome. Donations go to via the Guild. Donations scan this QR code. They go to the Guild.
And then back to us.
And then back to us. Well, yes. Some goes to the Guild, some goes to us. It's a very fair system. Okay, and thanks to the Future House. Joe, do you want to give some words?
Hello, welcome to Future House. And grab a seat. Come on, sit down. Get comfy. Future House, London's Techno-Optimist Member Society. This space is supported in part by members, hopefully soon fully by members, but currently partly by members and partly by me. We appreciate donations. The donation QR code at the back on the bridge. And if you're interested in becoming a member, come find me. It supports events like this by offering a space for free. And we have a bunch of other policy campaigning and generally trying to get the whole UK to be a bit more excited about the future. So lots of hopefully good and useful things.
Thank you, Joe. I will probably in the description of this video I will add your QR link as well, so that you can donate to both. And 3 people, three things, right? Okay, cool. Thank you, everyone. First speaker, the schedule will be Svelte for React developers by Lois. And then followed up by check out my junk by Scott's pens. I think that's got to be a violation. That's to be that door. That's a violation of the code of conduct.
I've had enough of this community, so I thought I'd get myself kicked out and start. Okay. Bear with.
That's it, right?
Yeah. So, turn the mic off. Right. Have you joined the stream?
No. Should I?
So the link I sent you on Twitter. Yeah. Just join that.
Yeah.
Cool. You've got to film, yeah?
It's a Mac, isn't it?
You might as well film. Just film. Film.
Oh, yeah. So we're just setting up now. Charger.
Yeah, don't take that.
You can do server component in Svelte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw an example actually from Dumpty Dum Dum yesterday. So you on Wi-Fi?
I have a ton of my what's the things that so I need to join the stream and StreamYard. What do I need to share my screen or?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's
join StreamYard. It'll say share your screen and camera. You can use this one so you can walk.
Yeah, so it's focused on me right now. If I step out of the way, it'll focus on you or the lamp. Probably the lamp.
It sticks to you.
You have
Let
to,
me-
you have to say hi to it.
Oh, you have to say hello.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Just
I need attention.
right. So
Give me attention.
Or just turn it.
Can you? Can I?
Yeah, let's
Absolutely.
turn it on.
just take this.
There we go. Lovely.
I love film music.
What's our Wi-Fi here?
Oh, Joe, what's the Wi-Fi?
Unit 4 Wi-Fi, and the password is Richard Guest 00.
Yes. Look at me. Hello.
Just
Yeah, I think I can see you now.
Just
You're on the
stand-
screen, yeah. No, she's there. Perfect.
right, cool.
Okay, cool.
So, do you want to click up?
Yes, I do. Where do I put my laptop?
You need a dongle there.
We can just move this.
But then
Absolutely.
the camera, you want to move this one, right? Oh no, we edgy. I think we edgy.
Yeah, I'm in the show.
Amazing.
I guess.
Good.
Okay, how do I share my screen?
Present.
Present.
Yeah. Share screen, bottom one.
Okay.
Share.
Entire screen. We'll close all this tabs.
Emily, I think. Well, yeah. So you introduce yourself and we'll put you on.
Yeah, like 100 tabs. I'm sorry. Can everyone see things? Yes. What do we do with the background music?
Joe will turn it off. It's very low.
Don't touch that.
So you need to come straight into StreamYard. You need to pick that camera.
Oh.
It's this camera at the moment.
Oh, okay. Go into StreamYard. Change my what thing? Browser. Yep. Oh shit. Settings. Okay. Camera. Installing.
Right, and then look at
Standard
it.
definition.
Hold
Hi.
it up, and it will flash blue. There you go.
Oh, beautiful.
Right, it's going to follow you now.
Amazing.
That's it.
Cool. I have attention. Cool.
Right, and then in your audio, I don't know, just leave this your laptop, I guess. Should be fine.
Touch up my appearance. Yes, make me pretty. Awesome. Cool. So, should we start? Okay. Let me try this flicker. How do we do this? So this is the exit. Oh, okay. So does the mic pick up if wherever I stand, or does the mic pick up wherever I stand?
Yeah, so talking to the microphone, and then that picks it up.
Okay.
So you can walk around, or you can just hold it there if you want.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for coming, everyone. Here,
So-
grab this. Well, thanks for coming. Yay! People give me attention today. Awesome. Thanks for the invite, Scott. I think this happened like probably a month or 2 months ago before I joined a new company. I was really about to say like, no, I don't want to come. And then the new company asked me to know every single bundler on this planet. So I'm like, fine, I'll do Svelte. So if you also free tomorrow night, I'm also hosting Kubernetes London tomorrow night. There are two interesting speakers. The first speaker will be talking about virtualizing everything on the client side. So you can virtualize Linux and hosting Minecraft, JVM on the client side. So it increase the portability of the environment is perfect for like if you want a standalone environment and isolate it from the internet. And then the second one is GitOps for Terraform. So what it does is basically the founder of that company, they spent 4 years to find product market fit. Every product, they launched 14 products and everything share the same core tech with Terraform. And they spent 3-4 years to find out how to do and make money off Terraform because HashiCorp is not making money off Terraform. Yeah. So, and my talk today, yeah, I'll share the link and add me on Twitter. I'll share the link with everyone. I'll say hello to everyone, I promise. So my talk today is Svelte for React developers. It feels quite magical. Don't take it in a good way. It's a bad way. No, it's good. There are some good things. I saw good things, saw magical things, saw painful things. I'll share all about them. How do we go to the next one?
It's done.
Okay. So I'm currently working as platform engineer in Zephyr Cloud. We are building the cloud agnostic and framework agnostic deployment, sub-seconds deployment for federated applications. This is so hard. I should change that. Before I start, can I ask, like, what's your background? Is everyone from engineer?
Full stack.
Full stack? Full stack?
Full stack.
How many people full stack? And the rest of people, like, not raising hand, what do you do? So you're front end. And for the full stack people, what languages do you use?
Can I ask a really cool question? Can you explain exactly what you mean by federated?
Federated
Join
applications.
together.
I don't want to talk about microservices. So imagine, like, in the backend side, so you have a large team, 1,000 people team, you want to split your services, you have your load balancers, you have different, like, billing service and, like, accounts, different things, you split different things in different languages and deploy in different regions, so you have microservices. It's an organizational problem. You have too many people, and different people have different skill sets. And then when it comes to micro front-end land, micro front-end is the Kubernetes for the front-end. And we would say federated application because we don't want to exclude micro front-end, neither microservices, because we do both. What we basically do is, like, whenever you do an npm run build and it's deployed. That's what we have been built so far, but, like, for backend that needs more work. And every version you have ever deployed is similar to a Vercel experience. You have preview links, and every link you ever deploy there are live. If I want to explain what's federated, they are splitted. So you can stitch a React app and Svelte app and lead element, all different framework in runtime, and they all look okay on the browser. So that's, like, what I mean by federated. Yeah, so that's some short introduction of what we do. At the end of this talk, I'll also do a tiny demo of using the latest Rust bundler to deploy an app live. So I know exactly why we are so scared of Elixir. No, Svelte. Can anyone actually see the code on there?
No.
Just about.
Just about. Oh, I'm gonna
How many
cry.
start now?
Because there's so many code on this slide. Basically, there are a bunch of columns and magical signals to tell you where does the if block start, where is else if. It's not like in JavaScript we do ternary operator when you go into the JSX. Svelte basically map those symbols and put them back into the compiler and tell you understand, hey, ship it to the browser in the JavaScript and HTML way. And on the left side, this is a Phoenix component written with Elixir. And they have just something very similar to me, like, look at all this at. You don't need template literal to insert strings. They're just scary when I first look at it. And then the second one, why does it feel like Rust and Golang sometimes? Why this is an example of referencing data in a Svelte store. So Svelte comes with a built-in store that you don't need Redux, you don't need ZooSend. And this user, I'm importing it from the store file, but instead of doing it, like say updating it, like using the Zeus and syntax, I'm just referencing it and updating it. That is very cool. Feels like a like. And then, so on the left, that's also like the Rust part, that's the ISPEC bundler to generate hash signals in compilation. You see the similar syntax on how people referencing values and borrow it without taking the ownership of the data. You're just referencing it and then updating it, put it back to the original place. And then the props don't live in the where they're supposed to live. Because how Svelte works, you have the script tag at the top, and then there comes your HTML, and then at the bottom you have style. You don't actually have an actual proper place to put props. Say, I have a functional component, and then I put a parameter, like props in the parameter. It doesn't do it that way. It just, I export something, that's a prop. The whole file is a component. It feels like Astro, but it's not quite yet, because like Astro has so much more to write. This is simpler, but it's also scary. I don't know what I'm exporting. What if I want to stack a function in here?
Stack a function in.
And I export it to somewhere else?
Absolutely.
You probably shouldn't.
But it's such a very bad design. You have everything scattered around, and it's not safe.
Just because you can.
And you can passing down attributes like this?
Yeah.
You don't need attribute names?
That is a big Does that? I can't really say class name with capital N.
Please don't do class name. Yeah, you don't need the attribute name. You just put a bracket and slot the data in.
Great. Absolutely great. Yeah, there's like a good reason that they don't like that. Yeah. It's because it needs.
I'm sorry, why do you care about their opinion?
You might be starting with a war here.
I don't know how the bundlers in Svelte works yet, but in React, it maps your every attribute of the DOM elements, and if you don't name it, they were lost. So like in the React DOM compiler design, they can't do it in that way. But I don't know about Svelte yet. So I know.
You get a warning if it's not declared on both sides.
Yeah. And also, I don't have template literal string anymore. I don't feel JavaScript at all. I can just like have a bracket and there's a double quoted and just slap the data in. It feels like Phoenix. Like, why is it a combination of so many things? And also, like, excuse me, like, can anyone see this?
Yes.
Can anyone see how many red squiggles?
You can't see the squiggles, no.
Like, can you see how many files there's red?
Yeah, that's normal.
That's normal for who?
No, sorry, I'm joking.
People spend 10 years to invent TypeScript. Use it. Like, I love Rich Harris. I really like his talk on like how New York Times works and why he developed Svelte and to fit like generational old devices. But this is not okay, Rich.
But why is it a red?
So I'll explain it for a bit. If anyone can see the file system, the file tree on the left. On this end, you have like page Svelte and page server. So they sit next to each other and basically fetch the data from the page.server.ts. And then on the client end, I'm taking the data at the top. You're not seeing this because I'm not taking a screenshot of that. But basically, it's a type generation. It's not working in Svelte. It works at the beginning, and then after a while, VS Code breaks, and it just doesn't generate correct types anymore. So you can do it. It will work. It renders. I'll show you the app in a bit, but it renders perfectly. Like there are a lot of errors, of course, but the red squiggle is just annoying. It's not safe. Have a contract, okay? Promise me something. I want that thing. These are the defaults. And all about the transitions. I really like one thing I really like in Svelte. Can anyone actually see the video?
A bit. Postgres bucket time around.
Yeah. So it's the components moving around based on like if the side panel comes out or not. This is a rebuild of the runway app. And in React, on the top, we have like, this is Next.js, not exactly React. We have the path, we take the path, and the second line, there's a use state. Third line, we have a use query. So test query fetches data, and depends on the data, the path, we mutate the use state with use memo. And then comes to the bottom, we have a cn function here to merge the class names into the class name.
So is
at the bottom.
This is PHP. Is PHP. Yes.
Like I'm not sure if I'm humiliated or PHP is humiliated, but they deserve humiliation.
Could I ask another?
There are good things about PHP. What?
Could it be done without the memo? Could that be done without the memo?
I think
Is
it
it
can.
It could, but it would have to do everything about it.
Use memo. So do you want to?
Why not mean?
Why not?
Why do you want to ask this question?
I don't know. It's just an obvious comparison.
You can do it with like other things. You can do use callback. You can do use effect, but use effect. If you don't do a dependency right, it renders every time you click wherever on the page. And then use memo, you basically calculate it and cache it. So performance-wise, use memo is better if you are calculating something and you need something in the DOM elements that needs calculated.
It's very complicated.
Excuse me, you're the full stack developer.
No, but he's been using computed properties.
No, you look like a Linux administrator. You look like a proper Kubernetes guy. So at the top, like, see how many lines we need to write in React? We start with the class name use state, and then we have the use memo. And then we finally throw the class name in there. And then we go into the Svelte. It's much less code.
That's this bit here.
Yeah. Can anyone see this?
I can see it perfectly.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah.
Online,
Yeah.
it's perfect, yeah.
Yeah. So at the top, the same as the path name in Next.js, Svelte provides the utility from App Store. You can call the path name. So I call the path name at here, and then I start a value at here, and it's a let. I don't even need to use state. It's JavaScript native. I love that. And then this is where the mutation happens. This is the use memo in Svelte. Yeah. So you have a $sign at the front with feature column. It makes me feel like I'm referencing some data in Golang, and I mutate it in a bracket. And then end of that bracket, that value is lost. Oh my god, where I am.
It's probably worth pointing out this is Svelte 4 and this is now
It's
Svelte 5.
awesome.
What, sorry?
This is Svelte 4 and the old example was Svelte 5. So
Oh, it's not the Svelte 5.
You've got a dedicated.
Scott, you're not teaching me. I blame Scott. He's not teaching me. No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
we can all improve today.
Yeah.
No, but Svelte 5 is almost React.
It feels very React.
You're right.
The file tree. You can do a similar thing in Next.js app router. You can have a route, put it in your file-based routing. And in the routing system in Svelte is similar. It's file-based routing. The difference is just the naming. In Next.js, they have a route.ts, and then in Svelte, there's a plus page.server.ts or plus layout.server.ts. So based on whether you want to get the data, you want it in the layout.svelte or you are in the page.svelte. And the hydration, I felt like the paradigm is very similar to React. It's like hydration, everything hydration. If there's a layout at the top, it goes to the bottom. Yeah. So another thing I really like about this is the built-in interactive thing. It's just write much less JavaScript. It feels like, so there's Vue, similar to this, and Nuxt. There is also Alpine.js. You can use it in Astro. But I did not know, so what, sorry?
HTMX as well. Do you have features like that?
Yes.
Sort of.
HTMX. We'll talk about HTMX later.
It's a template.
No, I'm the CEO of HTMX. Yeah. HTMX, they pre-wrote a lot of template for you, but a lot of time we use HTMX in Golang, and it's the regular expression patterns. It just doesn't work that well with Golang. And also when you are swapping things, it's really hard to control. Because I'm replacing HTML from the server, it's hard to see like, okay, I want this on the client, I want this on the server. And then so you can import a slide that's the animation from Svelte/transition. And then in the div, remember when we do animation in React, we do a motion.div, or we do other things that are like something in CSS view/transition. But in Svelte, you can do a transition :slide, and then it moves. So yeah. For the app I was using, I was doing the authorization part. There are a whole bunch of things you can use, either Auth0, WorkOS, Lucia, Clerk, or I use Lucia because it's easier to manage. I think I skipped a slide there. I really like how you can do things in a fragment way with Lucia, that you are generating state yourself. And then based on the request URL, you can encode that into the generated state. You just bfire, fire, and then take it back. So when users log in, they can always be redirected to wherever they come in, rather than like, oh, I came here for my membership details, and then I get redirected to the dashboard homepage, and it's very annoying. And then so Lucia, things very similar. Nothing much changed in a Svelte land, other than you are doing the there's a file. Wait, it's called hooks.server.ts. It feels like a middleware in Next.js end. It's just hijacks every request and then put that session data in. And improving the redirect experience. Oh yeah, this is the slide I was talking about. So you take the original URL, put it in the search column, and then you serialize it. And then when you are taking it back, I finally log in, I pass it and deserialize it. And then the cookies are just, I like Next.js built-in cookies in the next headers that you on the server land, you have cookies.set. But in Svelte, in your GET request, your events happens inside the function already. What that means basically, Svelte is built much lighter than Next.js, because Next.js split all the primitives into different parts. When you need to use it, you need to import it from somewhere else, and that I'm not sure the compilation works, but the bundle size will be bigger than Svelte if they do it this way. And on Svelte land, you just like event.cookies.set. Yeah. Yeah. And then on ORMs, you have Drizzle, Prisma, and TypeScript. What other ORMs we have?
Drizzle?
CQIs.
Casely, that's really.
Casey, yeah, I like Casey. Oh, I forgot Casey. I really recommend Julius from T3. He has a template for generating Casely query based on your Prisma schema, so you can have a migration for Prisma with a generated script.
Connects.
What?
Connects.
Connects.
So that's
Yeah,
another one.
Does that count as an ORM or is that just a query?
No, it's a query generation. It's not exactly.
What's the name of that?
Connects, K-N-E-X.
K-N-E-X. I haven't tried that one.
It just generates SQL for you based on kind of,
You start to write migrations, which is like the worst bit anyway, so that's the point.
the equivalent probably would be like SQLize, maybe.
Yeah.
But SQLize is not good. I'm not.
I'm too new. I don't know about like.
Yeah, sorry.
Not to use.
Well, you have to know what else to use in order to know what to use.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's like that.
The dot net.
Oh, don't know.
Links or something.
Like, we're keep.
Yeah, link. Oh, that's
I never used it. Definitely don't use that with Svelte. I don't know if that's.
That will not work.
How many of you guys use Svelte in production or in your personal project? In production?
Yeah. For 6 years now.
Yeah, people pay me through Svelte.
Yeah.
Okay, we have customers. Yeah, drizzle-wise, similar to Next.js. What? Sorry?
This room is the Thames Svelte.
This is all of
Like, why do we invite a noob to like talk in front of a bunch of Svelte devs about Svelte and React? I feel ashamed.
So we are the exception. I think a lot of these people here use React as their day job. So shit.
I see.
Any opportunity to brag on React is great.
Next.js is great.
Average, isn't it?
Yeah, and
But it's
also
okay.
for GraphQL, I was fetching a Railway's GraphQL API, and I found this thing very nice. This is what Railway use as well. You can fetch so you have an endpoint or your GraphQL schema, and then it generates a whole bunch of types, and then you can have autocomplete from TypeScript.
So there's a way to use GraphQL without using GraphQL.
Is a way to use GraphQL feels like Drizzle.
People really use GraphQL.
It's good. I like
Yeah, GraphQL, that's unbelievable.
That's
If you
another
use
technique.
Relay 2, you'll never go back. In 10 years, and I'll never build any of this stuff. Not even stuff.
Okay, I'll message you later.
You use
Um,
Prisma then. Like Prisma was made from GraphQL. Years and years ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that the end of it? Oh yeah, I need to do a demo. Yeah, I forgot. Deploy with npm run build. So that was the end of my talk. Can I receive any criticisms, please? Can I have some criticisms?
Sure, the sun was too bright.
So much to write?
The sun was too bright.
Oh yeah, that's not the part I can control. I'm sorry. So I want to do demo deploy with the package we built. Have anyone tried IcePack?
Ice pack?
IcePack.
No.
It's a one-to-one rewrite of Webpack in Rust.
Oh, RS pack.
Yeah, IcePack.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. So let's deploy an app in IcePack.
Oh, God. More technology.
Why?
You have like,
Because it's written in Rust.
Yeah, but like. Yeah, that's right.
It's really about the size of your app. That how many files do you have? How many elements you need to walk through to generate? Because nowadays everyone uses a framework, and behind the framework you always need a bundler to bundle it to ship it to browser. And then so the creator of Vite, he is rewriting rollup into Rust as well, roll down. I think that's like 3v1. Yeah. And then like even if you have seen like the performance from SWC, that's a bundler in Rust. And then
Our thought was like we moved from Webpack to Vite.
yeah.
Sure, with Rust you get the performance boost, but like why do Webpack again in Rust?
Vite is
Mhm.
limited in comparison to the breadth of like Webpack's
Yeah.
capabilities. I'm not-
Yeah.
It could, but there's a reason why Vite, for example, has rollup do most of the work.
Yeah, it has that compatibility with it. So
And it's
Yeah.
the same problem with like, you're thinking rollup versus Webpack, not Vite versus.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also billable hours.
Does CI tell us?
Doesn't Vite use ES build as well?
Only for prod, only for dev. Yeah.
Right.
That's why the Vite team also rewrite rollup.
Right.
Roll down.
Is it working?
It's true.
Is it?
Yeah, that's the main.
What was it? Yeah. I think because we helped Intuit migrate from Webpack to IcePack, I think last month. They took like, I think 4 days to migrate, 4 or 5 days. And then it saves them 32 million on build time, and because a lot of time you're waiting for CI. Yeah, like engineering efficiency, like the bills you need to pay. Yeah, $32 million.
$1 million?
Yeah.
$32 million. Which
Yeah.
company?
What, sorry?
Which company?
Intuit?
Quick one. Oh, I can-
The MailChimp company.
Yeah, all right. I take it
Yeah.
back.
No way, that's a lot. That's a lot.
CDI's pack.
Equipment developer usually spends 10 minutes waiting for a CI to finish, and I want to spend 10 minutes having a coffee.
But in companies like ByteDance, because they could wait for CI, like Svelte, they could wait for CI for 40 minutes, like even on the infra end. Yeah. And then we have, we can run that, maybe. Yeah. Do we have this live? Yeah. Right. So this is like just auto generates.
How long that bill take? Because I didn't see the bill.
200 milliseconds.
Yeah. And then what should we do? Let's do, oh yeah, we need to do npm add plugin. So that's the plugin we built to hook into your build time. And then when you finish build, it's deployed. Let me do that. So we go into IcePack. And where's Zaffa?
What terminal is it?
Neovim? It's Neovim. It's a heavily configured Neovim. Yeah. So that's all the configuration you need to use our npm package to deploy. And then we go back to run the build, and hopefully this will work. I pray to God it better work. Oh, it's not working. Oh no. So let's create remove. Yep, because I need to create a build ID based on my repo. So project. I can never figure out how Git works with CLI.
Wait, you figured Neovim but Git was
Yeah.
I don't believe.
You know, there are people very good at Git, and they don't know Neovim. Like it's a two breeds. Like these two lands, they don't crash in together. I don't feel safe. I just don't feel safe with Git commands. Yeah. So that's deployed at here. Oh, file not found. Why? Why you found? What happened to you? Let me build again. It's always a demo, is it? Why? Failed demo, great. Let me report it back to my boss. Status. Okay. Right. Demo failed.
Thank you, demo girl.
Right. Yeah, so that's all, all I have right now. Yeah, yes, what do you need?
It's all right. Don't worry. You can talk.
Thank you, Lois. I feel like that talk was a lot of it's like clickbait, but like verbally in person. start the wars going, start discussions, and I also think that a lot of people here learn the new technology today. Because I definitely did.
About what?
A new technology today, a new product you can use, new stack,
Yeah.
anything at all. It's all in there.
Yeah.
How many tools do you use? There's a lot in there. Yeah, I mean, fantastic stuff. I guess questions, I suppose. Do you want to ask the question? Is there any questions?
Yeah. Sure.
Any questions, anyone? I think it's all questions and no one is.
Right, I can't believe how quiet everyone is now compared to how much they wanted to talk about.
Yeah, when I was talking, you guys are
Here we go. We go on. Right.
Oh yeah.
James.
So it's about the automatic npm build deploy. I mean, like build safeguards into your tool, or do you Like, does it just automatically go to prod the second you try to run build? That's a little bit terrifying.
It's a preview version. It's an engine rock but live forever. So it doesn't go into
Okay, it doesn't like override prod.
You can set it over the rock.
But you can also not set
But you can have like, you have a
That's the
down
important.
Can you set it to file not found?
So we have I didn't show it, we have a Chrome extension and also a dashboard. And you can just like log into the Chrome extension and check like which version of the app you're on.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can roll back to the previous version or like preview it live and publish it and deploy it to.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's encouraging.
Oh, yeah, and also the build process is basically when Webpack or Beat or Rollup finish the builds, we take a snapshot of the Git diff and then deploy it and we ship the static assets. So right now we only support statics, so we are not supporting assets last year. We ship it to your cloud provider, which is basically you add your configuration, AWS. I make it well with myself, but so it's still slow right now. Then
This is feedback.
yeah. And then we take a build ID based on your Git, your file name, your project name, your organizational name, and then we take a record of the checksum of the file differences, and then to verify the integrity every time you do an upload. So we have versions different on each deploy.
It's just deploying Git.
We're deploying your whole app, and then so when you have like updates, different versions, like say your file changes different than last time, we calculated the difference of every file and then we give it a checksum.
Okay.
So we are reverting it back to the assets and then deploy it.
Amazing. I have one more question actually, just more at the start of the talk. So every Svelte developer every developer I've talked to using Svelte, and they've said, oh, this is great, I like this much more. They also really like Elixir and Phoenix, and it seems like you're not a fan so much of Elixir and Phoenix. Is it just syntactical, or is there a deeper dislike for it?
When you pick a framework, it's about a vibe, right?
Sure.
Should I talk about the Elixir vibe? I mean, Elixir vibe is great, but there are a lot of people come from Pascal.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
Really, right?
And then Pascal, they're like, I don't want to give any comments. But
I mean, you give it enough, right? There's going to be a massive mob on you at some point.
yeah, I mean, like Phoenix is great. I just haven't really got a chance. I was almost got hired by a company to write Elixir full time. I know nothing about Elixir at the time. I basically just spent like 2 weeks looking at it. But right now, I got hired to write Node.js and Rust and Go.
Fair enough. No, fair enough. Good. Thank you very much, Lois. Thank you. Okay, so now we have an unknown, a relative unknown to the Svelte scene. Scott, who is. Are you confused where to stand or what to do? Or?
I was just panicking because I
Sure.
couldn't find my
Beer.
So
He's lost his joke. He's lost his joke.
Correct. He's still. I mean, can you two see this? Because this is great. This is brilliant. This is great.
He's making his own stickers.
It's for a YouTube video. Just have this weird look about like what's going on. Scott, are you ready?
let's go. Thank you, Anthony, and thank you everyone for persevering. So we're sort of done with this now, haven't we? We all know I'm not going to get myself banned from Svelte Society because we're not checking out my junk. So, sorry.
Why are we here?
Disappointed. Okay, so I'm not sure how many more slides I can actually do. So this talk began, as it usually does, with most of the things where I got ideas from, was from a conversation after one of these events. And it's the reason why, sorry, this camera as well, it's not following me now. It was following me, hang on.
Please take photos.
Oh, it is working. It's
Scott,
working.
it's not focused on you. Yeah, it is. You just make it focus
This-
again. Just wait a bit away. One more time. Come on. Hey.
With flashes. You know if it's working. Well, I thought I'd get this for everyone else who has to speak, because otherwise people are just like have to be like this, and I'm a walker.
Yeah, me too.
I like to walk and stand in front of my in front of my slides. Anyway, back to the talk, Scott. Yeah, I was having a conversation, I guess it was with Willow after one of these events. So these are, you have clowns like me coming up and speaking for 30 minutes or so, and then all the real stuff happens before, which is why we have such a long wait before the actual talk starts, so everyone can socialise, gun a couple of beers, which is exactly what I've done, and then have some food. It's all about everyone getting to know what everyone else is doing, and I hope everyone appreciates that. Anyway, back to the slide. Boy, 2 minutes in, loads of time. So back in March, I said, oh, this would be a good idea. Let's talk about all the rubbish projects I've made. Now, because I'm only going to be talking for about 25, 30 minutes, there's not only enough time to talk about all the projects I've put out there in Svelte. So I'm just going to talk about some of the ones which I thought were interesting and are completely useless. But, to me, maybe not. Anyway, let's get back to the slides. What are the expectations? Are they great?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe, okay. I'd say low to mid. Just tempering everyone's expectations. Anyway, stupid things I have built. So, I've been speaking now for, I've got my speaker slides up, this is great. Windows, everyone shits on it, but I've got speaker notes here, and I've got my slides here, which I'm hoping everyone on the stream can see. Anyway, let's talk about me. So, I am apparently a co-founder, thanks Anthony, of this meetup. And I also work as an engineering team lead for a company called ExtendOps. And we do a lot of stuff in Svelte. We've got several production apps used by our staff and our clients. We've got 2,500 people who work at the company, and we've got some high-profile clients using our products. I work on a product called Smart Agent, which is Svelte, and also something you might have heard of. It's called AI. It might catch on, but we're just getting in there and working a bit. Anyway, I'm a cat dad, also a human dad. No pictures. I'm also very memeable, and this is an homage to one of the other sort of organisers who's been there for a very long time now, Akash, who unfortunately isn't here today. But Nakash, Akash, we love you, man. He's got a knack for capturing the most stupid images of me. So these are from Coda in October and November last year. Thanks, man. He's so good with that camera. Anyway, here's one from the last event here.
Don't worry, not
And-
plenty more tonight.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got a great WhatsApp group here, and everyone just likes to make fun of me. So if you want to make fun of me, you want to join the WhatsApp group, speak to who's an admin on the WhatsApp group? Kane? Speak to Kane or me, I'll be able to answer here. Anyway, So all of that, you know, takes money. So no, I'd just like to say a couple of words on this. Anthony did touch on it. This is all self-funded between the organisers. So donations are very welcome. Use this link if you scroll down. You can use Apple Pay to make a contribution of whatever size you like. Anyway.
Keep us in honey beer.
So everyone has to say thank you to Anthony for the exotic beer collection we have tonight. I've had honey beer before, but that was just like drinking pure honey. Anyway, modern tech projects. I'm going to talk about 3. It was going to be 5, but you know, it would have been only 6 minutes. I mean, we could go on to them, but I'd have to get up, get and like open stuff. And unlike Lois, I got everything prepared well in advance here because I don't want to be standing here. As soon as I lean over and look at this screen, I will be dripping with sweat. It just doesn't work. It did. It worked really well. It does. It does. Right. Okay. Anyway, modern tech stacks. This is like. Do you like the attribution? Yes. So. Modern tech stacks. This isn't really the case for Svelte because we just use the platform. But there are additional things you can put on, which we will take a look at in a bit. But the 3 users in these cases, it's not 3 users, it's just me. I'm the user of all these projects we're going to talk about, which are made to Svelte. And again, attribution by these people. It's just taken straight from Wikipedia, and I have to attribute it. So there you go. Anyway, let's talk about the first project because I've been going on quite long enough. So URL shorteners. You can check out the project here, which is in itself a short link, /links, full links. If you just go to ss10.dev, that will take you to my homepage. But if you do ss10.y2, it goes to YouTube. So I hope everyone gets the idea of a URL shortener. So that links page is just this, which is terrible implementation, really. You know, we're using a table here, slinging in a div. I actually think it's a div, so I can't think of slang HTML there. It's something which isn't a div. But anyway, you could go through there instead of links. Essentially, this project is just this. So it's going to take in a destination and reroute you to it. That's what a short link, system does. It takes in a long link, redirects it. And I'm not sure how well this is being picked up, but you can see bottom line here. 2 months ago, feature. Start Upstash migration because this did use Upstash. We'll come on to that next slide, I think. But anyway, this is just a Svelte output. You can see this over here. Good job on the tool. But the camera's gone again.
So great.
No, it's whatever.
That's what the camera said.
Exactly. Totally lost my train of thought with this now. So endpoints, Svelte, great. It comes an incoming request and it redirects you to the long link I want you to be redirected to. You can also see in here I'm using Terso now, which is serverless SQLite, and I can use like SQL, which makes sense on what I want to select from where and stuff. That's great. And that was the reason why I did that from Upstash, which was like in a hash map, and it wasn't the easiest to work with. Anyway, so this project started off a long time ago as just a redirects file. And then it moved on to a verse, but it's before Vercel. It was Zeit. It was a Zeit file, I think. And then
Camera's flashing at me. It's not looking at me at all. When it went orange, it's like look at the ceiling.
I just walked too much.
It panicked. I think you think it's too much. Yeah, panic.
Lois didn't get any of those problems. Why? Is it because I'm tall?
I think you don't look at it. So you look at the whole, it stops finding.
Okay, I'll keep eye contact with it.
Request your attention.
At all times.
Yeah.
Oh, God. So, yeah, this was. It went from a redirects file, then a JSON file, which was just files on the server somewhere, and then, endpoints. So, okay, cool. I thought, yeah, let's just make this a URL shortener, which isn't really a URL shortener, it's just where I put my short links to redirect to. Anyway, so this is where it was in Upstash as a hash map, and I could do like clicks and jump stuff around what the links were.
What is Upstash?
Upstash is serverless Redis. Redis is serverless. So Redis is on a server somewhere, but Upstash is a great product. Really do like it. But I really do like Terso database as well. So I moved it over to Terso. And you can have a table. This is Drizzle Studio, I think, which Terso uses. And instead of having to do some crazy hash map update in the command line, I could just go to the Terso UI and just add stuff in there manually. I don't know why this slide's in here. I was probably meant to say something about adding stuff to a project, but it was just literally Terso and Tailwind. That's like a standard stack, I think, for most things in Socket. If you want to check it out, it's over here on my GitHub. Socket short URLs. Feel free to steal it. You can do what you want with it. MIT license.
Yeah, why is that not short URL?
Go for it. Why do you think it's not a short URL?
To confuse us.
Because there's too much effort going up there.
Because it's too meta.
It's too much effort to update Upstash. Camera. Yeah, it's still coming.
It was looking at you like your chest, but I don't know what's going
Well, at least everyone knows my name, I guess, from that. Moving on. Right, so who uses telephone banking here in the UK?
on. Oh, telephone.
Telephone
Like
banking.
calling people.
So if you've got a problem with
Telephone.
what happens if you've got a problem with your account and you need to speak to someone? What do you do?
Like, you just wait on a call for HSBC to pick up and tell you how it's your fault somehow.
Okay, so in the UK we've got this thing called master passwords, which is used by a lot of banks, where essentially you'd have your account and you'd set up a password, and then rather than say what's your password over the phone, because that's stupid, and you're giving your password away to people, you can't do that. So you give them characters 3, 7, 8, 2 for your password.
It's the worst.
So this was like the worst, and I would always hate it when this happened. So I made something called characters for password, which is essentially put in your password.
Well, you password into this website,
Pick your character.
Just hope the router hasn't been hacked.
I mean, there's great stories about routes being hacked.
Can we try mine, Hunter 2?
And then drop down.
Everyone was ruining my slides. Everyone, so, right, anyway, so you can pick out, it tells you if it's like an alphanumeric character or a special character, like a space.
Why
Or a
drop
bang.
down controller?
Why drop down? Why just have it in plain text? You can say I've actually mastered it, so when someone wants to put in their password, it's not just like plain text. So you can put in your hidden password. But what is this thing called?
Revealer?
Right, you can click on that to see what it is. But still, you know, trying to scan your way through however many characters to pick out the characters can be annoying. So I thought, you know, that'd be quite cool. Yeah, so that's that slide. Who's heard of Have I Been Pwned?
I'm on there a lot.
Me too. Me too. So, you know, that project was basically just that. And it just stayed there doing that. And then I heard about this. This is from a security researcher called Troy Hunt. And he posted this a while back. And I thought, that's interesting. Put in my email. Yes, my email has been breached everywhere. And whoever contacts me in email will wonder why Scott has this funky password. We're all junk at 6571@fastmail.com, because I use Fastmail now to create masked passwords for any new interaction I have. So when it happens, I know, you know exactly what's being breached where. Okay, that's what happened. Great. One password's great. This Fastmail integrates with one password as well, so you can just generate your masked passwords as and when you need. So use masked passwords. Generated emails from Fastmail.
That's what I used to. Your name at my domain.
Yes, and yeah, you can add in your own domains as well, and just generate masked emails from there. Anyway, so this is great. My Google email was in all the breaches everywhere. So I also found out there was one for passwords too. So you could put in passwords. Anthony, Hunter, Rip, helped by it. Whoever's bought a Hunter Buy course might be breached. So same thing, it just shows up how many breaches you've got your password shown in. And for anyone who is online listening or watching, I mean, looking just. All I can see at the moment is my keyboard. So I don't know what's going on with this camera. I really don't. It's just anyway. It's just looking down here. I don't. Is it just because it's like? Sorry, everyone online. Everyone here can see me fine, and they are loving this, by the way. Does the green mean it's following it?
No.
Whatever. Yeah, fine. Insta 360 link getting returned. Anyway, so yeah, this is going through here. Password, pretty secure, I guess. And there's been some stories about password, I think, as a password. Anyway, so this will show you how many breaches that password's in. And that's what I diverted to the camera for, was to say auto from Mr. Adding TypeScript to Svelte here. And he said, why would I put my password into some random site on the internet? And that's exactly what it says here. I've added in my disclaimers. Come on, it's open source. You can check it out. All the people that me are using it, and
how can I prove that the source
because you can look at this.
Inspect source. Inspect source. Look at it. Because, you know, you could look at what's going through the network.
Yeah, but it's too late.
Right, so now we're talking about that. Who wants to know how this works?
Yes,
Hold on, just before, if you don't want to go on the internet, I think if you own the Mac, can't do this in Safari. Because doesn't Safari like say if your password's cheating on it and stuff like that?
you can now, but this is old. These are old projects.
But
Yeah,
it doesn't
these-
do the password number thing.
Well, how many
Apple did
sites
buy
back?
Scott.
I mean, you could see from this one, how many, 2 months ago?
How 2 months ago?
I think
you used
that,
that font.
I think that was just updated. So
2 months ago, you used that font.
2 months ago, and I used that font. Right, so we're not here to talk about aesthetics, because I am not the person to be talking to about aesthetics. Anyway, I've been pwned. Yeah, let's see how it works. So, Troy Hamp made this API with all the breached passwords that have been publicly disclosed. So rather than just give everyone a massive list of passwords, which they can try and brute force, Troy made it a bit more difficult. He sorted the passwords, and essentially what you had to do was get the SHA-1 of whatever the password was, in this case, password, and you take the first 5 characters from that. 5 characters from that. And then that gives you a very big list of hashes to search through. So from this, can anyone guess which one is the password? But you get this list to search through, and essentially you have to get the other side of that that 5 characters and then search through it. And then from that, you match that, and then you get your breaches count. And then you can do whatever you want with that. I stuck it in a component. And this, can anyone tell what this is? I mean, it's a Svelte file. What type of Svelte file is it?
Spell 5.
Svelte 5 file. So good times. I've been having fun moving stuff over to it. So yeah, state. I've not got anything set through or highlight. I was just hoping you could look at it and implicitly know what's going on. Yeah, so we're hitting the API here, and then we're passing the first 5 characters of our SHA hash, and then you could do what you want with that. So did I put in a slide where it's actually doing the stuff? No, I didn't. So you can sort of guess what it's doing here. Where we're doing the filter on the hash there, let's just define it, and then it puts it in a component. That's on the main page, and then we're just getting the hashes from the breaches there. And then we're going to just display that to the user. That's how that works. That's it for that one. Again, not a short link. I wasn't actually thinking about making short links for that. I did this, just go to my GitHub and just search characters from password. That's pretty much it. So, would anyone use that?
I have a tools page.
API is good.
Okay.
It's built as Apple now, so you're gonna have less people using it
Yes.
because it's kind of automatic. But
Yes.
I think that generally that
That's like Watchtower with 1 password anyway. I mean, I didn't have to do this. Absolutely no reason. Yeah. Where's the main? Where is
But
it?
you reuse, like, the
What's the
UI
main-
thing, you
what's
press
the
the right
main-
thing as well,
Yeah.
right? Like, that's.
There you go. Absolutely unneeded project.
First of all, you're wrong. That's fine.
Anyway, right. So that's it for how that works. So essentially, I've just shown you how to query an endpoint in Svelte.
that makes sense.
That's query an endpoint in Svelte. There you go. So nothing groundbreaking there, but you can see it there. So another one, and I distinctly remember me running out of time this morning, putting these slides together, and I have a great deal to talk about on this one. Open graph images, I mean, right, you can do open graph a couple of ways. You can use like a template, pass stuff off to it via a cloud-ready image, where you can pass in text and stuff, and the other way is to like generate your own HTML. So originally this was a Node app, which is archived, and again we're just going off to an endpoint to generate some stuff. And I stole the idea from this from Jeff Rich. Thank you, Jeff. Can we get a round of applause for Jeff, because Jeff is awesome. But again, Jeff just copied someone else and used Satori HTML. Yes, so Satori HTML will generate your component as HTML. So I can set up another endpoint in Svelte and pass off any information onto it. So in this case, all the relevant stuff I want to put into a graph card, title of the blog post, my name, and my website. This could all just be hard coded, but I like to think other people might have an interest in using it, so make it flexible. Yeah, it just gets bumped off into this this component, which you can see is very what's the word for it? Spartan, very terse. All of the stuff, all of the star stuff's down the bottom there, and we're not going to look at that because it's disgusting. CSS, I do love it. Anyway, it's just this. So this didn't need to be a funding project. This could just stay as an endpoint. But then why would I put it in SvelteKit if it was just an endpoint? No, I'm going to make a stupid front end and then have it update so I can see what my open graph image is going to look like. And again, anyone can use this. Anyone could go off, take that URL query string there, and put in their own bits in there, and then totally, ruin my Vercel build. This is not a challenge, by the way. Please don't. Anyway, that's my other useless project. And yeah, as I said at the start of these slides, is I've just totally run out of content, but that's it. So let's wrap up. Should I have built these projects in Svelte?
Yes.
Why not?
Why not?
Better than React?
Why not? Exactly. So, or sure, because I couldn't, I think everyone's a little Mexican guy saying, why not both? But no, that's what I do in something. So I learned, when I was first getting into Svelte, loads of stuff about, the HTTP methods, using endpoints, and then that's what I got up to. I got up to some funky stuff, which no one really wants, but I did. So that's what makes it, important to me. And that's pretty much it. So I'm not sure how else I could sort of end this, because I do have like other projects we're going to check out, which we're not. Yeah, I've got like some other slides where I was going to talk about other frameworks and other stuff that you use, but we're not going to go into that. So that's it. I'm done. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it.
I got no questions from YouTube, so any questions in this room?
They've all just left YouTube.
No, there's more than ever.
About a million years ago on the internet, I think Twitter had that thing that just made the open graph viewer.
Internet didn't exist a million years ago.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Because Twitter had this thing, and it's just like that.
An OG image generator, Vercel did it too, right? Jeff Rich did it for Svelte.
I think loads of people think that.
We made one. I made one, and it's terrible because I couldn't get no canvas to work in Svelte or Sapper or SvelteKit, but then I did. Then I can.
The amount of different routes I tried before I saw Jeff's post, I was like, oh, just use this then. Because I did try Canvas, I did try HTML to whatever it was. And
He's a gentle genius.
he is. We love you, Jeff.
Love you, Jeff. Rip. No, it's not dead. Right, so, there's another question. Oh, God, there's loads. Right, we'll start back. Obviously, you talk a lot, so we'll just go back a bit. JS.
Have you got yourself spending cap?
Yes, and I recently removed the GitHub integration for all of my projects as well. So, yeah,
Yep.
spending cap.
Me too, actually. So our bill is like $60 normally for an entire production site that puts through like 30 million a month. No, maybe a year. But it's now gone up to $300 because of the new edge stuff and the log drains. So I need to fix that because it's going to grow.
Trying to worth it, right?
Well, yes and no. We don't look at them right now. I don't need the log from the cell.
People ask me, what do you do in your new job? And I mockingly say, look at Grafana logs all day, because that's exactly what it is the Vercel log drain for.
Yeah.
And it's so useful. It's saved us so many times, and it's well worth the $10 a month you have to pay for it. So
yeah, so if we had all of our back-end stuff on the cell, it makes sense, but we don't. We have a Google Cloud. Our front ends are on the cell. We have Sentry. We don't need the request log system. So yeah, I'm kind of annoyed by it, to be honest, but I'll work through it.
So you've got Sentry working.
Sentry is great. It's beautiful. Yeah. Why do you ask, Scott? Okay, well there you go. Take that home with you.
I have another question.
Can we get these two down and then you can go next with a million years? That's what about 9 million years. Right. There were more questions here apart from Walter or not? There was 3 hands. I saw 3. James, you had a question there? No? Okay. I clearly had some time.
Did you?
Was it?
Oh, you asked about Vercel, didn't you?
Yeah, it's just okay. Walter 2 hands.
These feel like gardening apps, like apps that you do for yourself that you can be proud of. You shouldn't sit there and say that this is something you should compare to like something you work on full time. These are cool. I make app like this all the time.
Yeah. All of my GitHub is essentially that. It's just full of, I'm not trying to sell anything. The tails are in there, James. You spill your drink. Oh, it's your phone.
And Apple should credit Scott, right, for all their recent adventures, because clearly Scott made it first.
Make one first.
Like the password thing. They should definitely credit you for that.
Invented.
You invented it with Fastmail.
Yes, I made one password watchtower.
Exactly. So Apple, they're watching actually. Tim's cookies. Tim Apple. Right. Question done. Any more questions? You've got one more. Right. 9 million years ago.
With yourself, at all replace things like I don't know, Google Analytics or Goat Count or something like that.
Repeat it so everyone can hear.
Yeah. So will the Vercel log drains you're talking about here?
Is it possible to use it for something like that? Or is that just totally not what it's used for?
Yeah, so will it replace Google Analytics or other analytics tools like that? So a log drain ultimately is a way of getting logs from one thing to another thing. Vercel has its own logging, but if you ever used it, it's just very basic and it's instant and it's just there and then it's gone. So you use log drain to get it out. Yeah, so Vercel have their own analytics built in as well, which is very good. But I found it very expensive. We gave them $50 to just try the beta and it was used instantly. So I think it probably beats that. Google Analytics is different again because it's kind of user stats and there's things like Fathom and things like that. You use Fathom, I know Fathom.
Yeah, Fathom's awesome.
But it's more like monitoring your users and how their behavior works versus how your system's performing. So it doesn't replace it, it can complement it. And the log train is a very useful thing. If your backends are on Vercel, wonderful, and you'll get good information there. Honestly, for our stuff, it's just front-end logs that are request logs. Oh, there's a 500 in the back end, it's causing a 404 on the front end. It's not useful to us. We want to log at the back end. And honestly, log drains on Google Cloud are like free. It's just, you dump it out to, yeah, well, what we use now, I mean, Google logging is impossibly cheap anyway, but we also use a tool that pumps it out to Logtail. Logtails are possibly cheap as well. So Vercel are really making a lot, they've costing a lot of money for that, and I don't blame them because it's a useful tool and they should charge for it. But yeah, it's probably overpriced right now. I hope they reduce it a bit because you only get 5 gig for free, and you can consume 5 gig in front-end logs very quickly.
Yes.
Very quickly. I mean, we're now on 36 gigs and we're not even 20 days into the billing period, so yeah, very quickly.
Oh, how does Vercel's billing period work? Because last time I was looking, I thought we went from the first to the end of the month.
Sign up 30-day, 31 days, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, it's a window. It's a rolling window. Probably they split the year into exact time and then use that. I don't know.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
Thank you all attendees. Future house, future house only. Which is very on. Right.
It's on the stream.
End of stream. Do you want to say any extra words, Joe? You're good.
Eat pizza. There's more pizza upstairs as well. There's loads of pizza. No, we were now. Okay.
Cool. And no picture on YouTube, so sorry. All right. These lucky slides. Yeah, panic.